G'day traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading, just doing an update on Bitcoin and the crypto markets. Just going over to Bitcoin now. We'll just have a look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart. We'll just do a bit of a top-down analysis on Bitcoin from the weekly chart down. So we'll just have a look at some of the weekly charts. And so here we are, just looking at the weeklies. We've had a nice big pop there and lots of indecision here, and then we're getting engulfing after that. We tried to get up a little bit and then engulfing to the south, bringing it straight back down into this indecision area. But there should have been support happening up above here, but we've closed below the 9, and for the third or second time now, closed below the 9, opening below the 9, trading red for now at this stage. We'll just go through and have a look at a few of the weekly charts on the other ones, just some of the ones in the top 20, somewhere around there. And then we'll have a look and see what it looks like on the daily charts. So this is ADA on the weekly chart, and we can see here that, it's starting to get into this nice tight kind of trading, which is exactly what I want it to do. Because after you go from this wide and loose sort of trading up here and get into nice tight sort of trading, you can really time your breakouts perfectly. This sort of stuff back here, that I'd rather be clear and just stay away from that sort of stuff altogether. This sort of stuff here, I want to get ready to buy. Let's just have a look at some of these other ones. Ripple. And so Ripple here is going through a court case, and it's rumor has it that this court case could be coming to an end. And if that's the case, then Ripple could be, if they win, it will be traded as more of a secure sort of a currency, I suppose. So big institutions will be able to use it, and so it'll be more, pretty much across the board. So we could see, there's quite a few people that are expecting Ripple to be going from 45 cents, anywhere up to like, $5, 10, 15, 20, even $50. I've heard some, pretty ridiculous sort of, things going on. But in saying that, no one knows how much is going to go into Ripple because, there's major institutions that are involved with Ripple, like it's a banking coin. So, we're talking about big money that's going into Ripple. It's kind of like, I suppose, a stable coin for, minute transactions and for, massive transactions too for banking, central banks and stuff. But anyway, this is the sort of thing that I'm after. When we pop, have a nice break at the 50 like that, and then we pull back and have a retest at the 50, and I'm looking for strength coming out of that little low there. This is one of my favorite entries. So anyway, going up to here, pulling back to here, this is the sort of thing here that I'm looking for. But I would rather be 2 or 3 candle pullback instead of like a 7 candle pullback, 6 candle pullback. But that it is what it is. And, but this is the sort of thing that I would expect, if Bitcoin's broken out and got strength, that won't look like this. It'll look like strength the same as Bitcoin. So just looking at this one here, just keep an eye on this one here to see what it does with the court case and, and how it comes out after the court case. So here we are. Let's move on. We'll have a look at Sol. And Sol again, it's under the major moving averages and just kind of trading sideways. We can see here that we've had a nice big decline there, went sideways for a bit, and then we had a nice pop, to try to counter this massive decline, and it didn't really work all that well. Now we're trading back below the major moving averages again. Just lift that up. All right, so we'll just go down a few more. AXS. And here, that's pretty much the same again. We're trading down the lows here. And let's have a look at Litecoin. That was a bit of a mover. So that's gone like from about $80 to 100, back to 80, back to 100 sort of thing. Yeah, this is that sideways sort of thing that I'm talking about. So, here on the weekly chart, it just looks like nothing. But down these lows here, we're going from $67, up to about $105. So, there's some very good moves even from here to here. You wait until, it comes back to here and we get a nice big pop and, and then we buy the takeoff from there. There's some very good gains to be had. But I do like to be trading long above the major moving averages, and I do like to be trading short below all the major moving averages. And it's a little bit confusing at this stage because Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin's above it, I can still see weakness above it. And here we are, we've gone up and pulled back now, just following the major moving averages. That's with Monero, and that just looks like sideways, sort of choppy nothingness, really. But then again, it's gone from like 130, 200 to 130. So there's still been some pretty good movement in there too. And Mana, here we go. So yeah, just back below the major moving averages, just resting and living below there. We'll have to wait and see what it looks like when it pops above it. Ethereum is above the major moving averages, but it's gone up here. Look at this. So it's gone up, sold off about 20%. We've got 2 indecision candles, then like a spinning top. Nice big push to the upside, and we've got massive volume on this reversal here. And then, spinning tops, dojis, and we're coming back below the 9 EMA now. I'll just open that up a little bit so it's a little bit clearer. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We'll have a look at sand. And sand is again, like with those other ones, it's below the major moving averages and still heading down. Engulfing, trading below the major moving averages, even the 9. So let's have a look at EOS. So EOS here engulfing, and now we're still trading lower, below the major moving averages. So let's have a look at APE. So this is still on the weekly chart. So we can kind of get a pretty good idea on the weekly chart what's happening. On some of the majors, like we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I think there was Litecoin as well. So they were like kind of traveling above the moving averages, whereas we pretty much got everything else that's trading below the major moving averages, like this one here. Dot and Avalanche. Dot, Avalanche, and Matic. I like these three. So we'll just have a look at these three quickly, and then we'll move on to the next. Go into a few daily charts. And so here, same again. We've got Dot engulfing, trading below the major moving averages. Let's have a look at Avalanche. So here, Avalanche, we've attempted to go above, and then straight away, no, we're going to keep on going down. So this is the sort of thing, like, we can see the general feel of the market, like, money is coming out of the market, so which basically means prices are going down. So, and we can see this with, a majority of the cryptos, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin are above the major moving averages, but they've got exuberance. They're still showing weakness, even though they're above it. Matic at this stage here, but this could turn around at any moment. We could see great strength coming into the market any day, but at this time, at this stage where the market is at the moment, it's still looking reasonably negative at this stage here. So, as we can see here, like, with Matic, Matic's one of the favorites. It's gone up, and now we're trading below the major moving averages again. Doji, indecision, trading red again. So, okay, so there we go. There's some of the weekly ones. We'll just have a look at some of the daily ones, and we'll just see what it looks like from there. So on the weekly, no, not very exciting at all. I'd kind of rather be away from the market. And I heard someone a long time ago say something. I think it was, I'd much rather be out wishing I was in than in wishing I was out. And if I would have been playing in this market at the moment, I would have been in wishing I was out instead of out wishing I was in. Like, as much as I'd like to be in the market making money and stuff like that, this isn't the time to make money in the market. We had a nice big push up there, and then it's just gone sideways consolidation. This is not continuation pattern of a bull market. We can see that, nice strength came in here, but the very thing that got me right from the start is this candle here. We can see that it's gone up here and then about 80% sold off on the biggest volume. Now, that here doesn't happen at the beginning stages of a bull rally. And here we got the beginning stages of a bull rally, and it just came to a screaming halt right there. And then, like, we've kind of gone up, here and sideways, and now we just kind of seem to be rolling over. Now about below the major moving averages and things like that. Actually, I will put some of these other, let me just, look, 2 seconds. All right, there we go. So we can kind of put everything back on there now. We go through the daily charts and have a look. So here we are on Bitcoin on the daily charts. Now this here just looks confusing to me. So another one of my favorite spots is to, I'll just draw this out. So if we got like a head and shoulders, actually I'll get rid of all these drawings, then I'll draw it out. So if we've got like a head and shoulders, say for example, like let's just say that's, like the left shoulder, that's the head, and then this is going to be the right shoulder, like that. So what I do like to do is, this here is called, there's like supply here, and big money knows that this is the area that they want to start selling in. So as soon as they start selling, you see wicks and stuff like that here, I'm looking for my entries to go short around about here somewhere, and even in here. But the problem with this here is that we have this above the major moving averages still. I want this right shoulder to be below the major moving averages if possible, if we can get it that way. If I take this one here, I'll just get rid of this one now, and we'll just move it over a little bit, because one thing I do like to, like I can kind of see that this here, it's almost like, we've got a left and then the head, which isn't the case. And then the right shoulder is the one, this one here that seems to be dragging the chain and letting the team down, because here we've got like oversupply, and it seems like there's not enough buyers here, and it looks like it's going to tank. It was showing that sort of thing, it's going to tank. But anyway, what the confusion is we've got half the right shoulder above it and half the right shoulder below it. So, you know, I would much rather this was a lot clearer and up into these kind of areas here, so I could place a nice short and you know, bring it down. But anyway, like, it just doesn't look like it's going to be the case at this stage here. So I can't really be trading anything like that. But at this stage here, what it's showing to me is we've got exuberance coming out of the bottom, and we've got consolidation and selling that's happening up the top here. You know, there's a lot of selling that's happening at the top, and also down here there's a lot of selling. And you know, still we can see that, you know, okay, there's buying that's happened down here, but there's also a lot of selling that's happened down here as well. We can even see with the engulfing that's happened, you know, even towards the end here. But we are under the major moving averages. We've got 3 moving averages pointing down. We've got the 200 pointing up. So, you know, are we going to come down to around about, you know, somewhere near these levels here and have another discussion and see who's going to win out of the Bulls and the Bears? We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, oh, I'll just get rid of that line there and we'll go on to something else. So yeah, that just to me looks like weakness. In it just usually what comes out of this, you know, if it was up here, it'll be weakness coming down. I actually even placed a no, it was a short here this morning when it came back, retested, and then went down. But that was on the 10-minute chart on the forex market. So yeah, you know, this kind of thing here is the sort of thing that I'm looking forward to go short. All right, Ethereum. Let's have a look. Ethereum looks similar to, you know, like, have a look at this. You know, we've got a massive big push here on minimal volume. We've got a massive big sell-off here on big volume. You know, what that's going to be telling us something. You know, it's gone, you know, we've got massive indecision here. Like, you know, here we've got 2 candles that took us up and we've got 20% sold off on that one. Bang, 1 candle that took half the time to get us down to here. So that's basically telling us, you know, like, what trend direction are we going in on this one here? Bang. And then we're tempted there again on weak volume, and then bang. So now we're below the major moving averages again. 50's rolling over. Yep, doesn't look very good. Litecoin, let's have a look at Litecoin. And Litecoin, so Litecoin's kind of been going, oh, look at that beautiful looking dojis and stuff here. Lots of buying that happened here, engulfing, closing above. You know, it's no brainer, you don't need to think about it, it's good. Now we've gone up above here, so this is the break of the 50. Now we pull back for a retest, but there's been no follow through here, so I can't really be buying anything on that one there. Not that I really want to be buying anything in the crypto market anyway, because I don't like the way Bitcoin's setting. This one here, nice big, you know, it's gone up, nice big push up to there. Now we're back down to the 200, and we've got a trend line here that we're contending with as well by the looks of it. Let's have a look, see where that trend line is. I must have drawn this a fair while ago. Yep, look at that, beautiful. So we've got a touch, 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 and a touch here again. We're above all the major moving averages. Looks kind of congested here though. So the sort of thing that I'll be looking for here, if we got 1, 2, 3 moving averages and they're kind of coming down, we've got a trend line going up. So there's going to be some sort of confusion or some sort of a, you know, like it's almost, this to me kind of reminds me like a wick on a TNT stick burning away. Sooner or later, when it comes down and all these things meet up, there's going to be an explosion. And whether the explosion is going to be north or south, we'll find out. Let's say here, for example, it's gone back below the moving averages, we hit a trend line, now we come up to the moving averages, now down, and then bang, there's your explosion right there. Not much volume in that though. But anyway, we can see that we've got a nice big, almost full body engulfing closing above. This one here, no go. Sold off about 30%. So, you know, I wouldn't have been interested in this one here. I would have been interested in this one here. And so far, there's nothing here to tell us to get into this market. I'm waiting for one of these. You know, but I want it to be above all the major moving averages. 50's got to come down. All these major moving averages are going to come down. Let's have a look at Ripple. So, yeah, Ripple again. So, yeah, there's a lot of people like Ripple. Oh man, I do like this. You know, like we've got a lot of buying that's happened here off the major moving averages and this downtrending line retest. Now it's come up to there and pull back. So, but we're under the major moving averages. Are we going to push above the 50? We'll wait and see. That's with Ripple there. You know, there's a lot of people like Ripple. This long-term downtrend mark, you know, like downtrend line here, it's gone up and found support on that, and now we've gone up to the 50. So, you know, can we get above? I always like to buy when we're above everything. You know, when we've got blue sky above us, that's the best time to trade because, you know, you got no obstacles. And so here, if I was to look at buying here, I want it to be above the 50, this downtrending line, and previous resistance. So I want it to be closing up around here before I even look at buying, because then I've breached this downtrending line, the 50. You know, I've got almost blue skies all the way up, you know, but except for we've got the highs here and the highs here, but, you know, like they're minimal, you know, not minimal, but, you know, they're still there. But they're only one thing. I don't have moving averages and other trend lines and all that sort of stuff to contend with these highs and this high here. Okay, so All right, I'll just get rid of some of those drawings so we can kind of see a little bit clearer. Let's have a look at one or two more and then I'll pull the pin. Solana. So Solana here, look at that, we're just riding down below, riding this downtrending line on the 200 here, which is not really a very good sign because for a positive market, we want it to be going up. AXS, I don't really know why AXS is this high up in mine. I think that's quite a way down on the top, on the coin market cap. Here, look at this, yep, look at that, that's just looking disastrous. I wouldn't go near that with a, yep, you know, it's not good on the weekly, daily. And this one here, same again. Like this is just congestion. So, you know, we're going up, down, up, sideways. Just this is just stay away. Don't go anywhere near it. Mana. Let's have a look at mana. This here. So, yep, up. So we come back up to this previous high, and we're collapsing again, going back below there. You know, this good buying that came back in here is still saying that we've got selling coming. You know, are we going to come back down just down to this level here? You know, who knows where we're going to come down to. But one thing is that, you know, if we do come down to these lows here again, like the 29-cent mark and stuff like that, it might be worth, you know, like buying some so that if, you know, like if it does take off, you know, you've got some in these lows here. I don't mind buying in these lows. I think that Bitcoin, you know, with the lows on Bitcoin, if it does manage to go down below and breach those lows there for a quick time, then, you know, we can start collecting some of these, or even looking for reversal patterns like these ones here in the lows. Sand. Okay, just one last look at sand, then we'll probably call it quits on that. Yep, look at that. So, you know, we're still heading down. You know, we've got good volume coming back in here, but there's no candle to brag about. You know, there's just nothing strong. All right, traders, I think I'll leave it at that. We can see that, you know, just the general feel of the market is probably about 70-80% negative. You know, we still seem to be, you know, under the major moving averages. The only thing that is different about that is that Bitcoin is above the major moving averages and it's got a big candle to back it up as well. But, you know, I just see that there's been a lot of selling that's happened above. You know, these candles here, you know, there's a lot of volume that came in here, a lot of selling that happened in those candles too. And here along here, you know, we can see distribution everywhere. So all the big push that came up to here, big sellers started selling here. Big sellers were selling all the way through here while they enticed mums and dads to buy. And then they were selling up here, you know, so it's really unfortunate. So, you know, like we can see that there was still buying that happened in along here. And I bet you any money it was the central bankers and whatever, they were up there selling and taking their profits and bringing it back down to here. And it wouldn't even surprise me if still some of the amateurs from back here were still buying while we're still selling. All right, traders, I hope you have a good week. If you have any questions with your charts, please let me know and we'll talk about your charts. Okay, talk to you again soon. See you.